but ChatGPT is like, it's like half right half the time. So we'll see. His coolant system is not running right. Alright, so now that I got off all that stuff, the next thing I should do is probably take out the dashboard so I can get access to the heater core boxes, the AC boxes, the clutch pedals easier, and then get out the harness easier. For whatever reason, the harness runs in on the passenger side of the firewall, but then it ends up underneath the steering column where the ECU is. I've never been in there before. What better way to learn what the routing is than by taking out the entire dashboard and just seeing it? Alright, so I got my impact, a 10 mil, a 12 mil, and a 14 mil. I should be able to take this entire car apart with these. So a couple months ago, I went ahead and I changed the front control arms on this Miata with all new eccentric bolts as well to try to get the alignment right because, like I said, it's been a car accident, and it didn't fix it, which is one of the reasons why we got a new shell. So I'm going to go ahead and jack this thing up and strip off all the stuff from the front suspension that we're going to move over to that Miata when it's time. So let's go ahead and knock this out and get on the final stretch and get the rest of the parts off this car because Corey is going to take it over to the scrapyard tomorrow. So I've been tearing the Miata apart all day, and I got a bunch of parts. Check this out. Alright, so steering rack, all the control arms, pedals, AC boxes, brake booster, coilovers. Then I got a bunch of stuff right here that I'm going to go ahead and list. And then we got a bunch of stuff packed into the back of this Miata. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of clean up out here, and then we'll be done with the Miatas for now. Alright, so the last thing you guys saw was that the Miata would not start, and that is because the ECU and the harness are a little bit different on the 01 versus the 99. So this is the secondary harness. On the 99, it connects to the coil packs, and then this goes to the injectors, and then back into the main harness. So we're going to swap this out, and hopefully this is what helps it start. However, I did read that the MAFs might be different, or the throttle position sensor might be different, so we'll see. But ChatGPT is like, it's like half right half the time. So we'll see. Alright, so we went ahead and removed the intake so we could get the injector plugs out. So let's get this on. And then I'm going to have to reseal on the intake because it doesn't have an intake gasket. But I'll get to that and then hopefully we can start it. I think everything is hooked back up. It's dark out, so we're going to try to crank it, see if it works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll look over it tomorrow when it's not dark outside. Alright, let's go cut up a Miata.
It's a lot.
You need a mask? Or
What?
you need a mask?
Maybe, I don't know. Are you supposed to?
I think so.
Look at this.
go get my welding helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Harold. You tell it, Harold.
Let's finish cutting this subframe in half with the plasma cutter, and this whole passenger side of the chassis should just come right off with it.
Put something above a pivot in, man.
Alright, it's split. There's no way this is still a car. Alright, so we're going to a car meet over at Harley real quick, just for like an hour. A good friend of mine is hosting it. It's a charity car meet for Christmas. So yeah, we're just gonna go stop by, see all the cars, and then I'm gonna come back to the shop and keep working on the project I've been working on. Heck, I don't want to be that guy, but I see a car that I don't like.
What?
Now the car itself is cool, but why so much green?
Why the paint though? I don't like
It's just, you gotta have a secondary color. The secondary color can't be black. Also, his coolant system is not running right. He's gonna overheat on the way home. Look at this.
Oh shit,
I don't normally point out stuff like that, but I had to point that out. Alright, that's all. That's it. I'm going back to the shop, gotta change out of my nice clothes, and go finish cutting up the Miata. Alright, I'm back from the meet, and I went ahead and I installed this valve cover that I airbrushed like 4 or 5 months ago to match the car, because I had to shoot a little ad for Wiring Specialties. I have their harness on my car, and currently they're running a Black Friday sale until December 2nd, where you can get up to 50% off, which is actually insane, because like, well, that's a crazy deal to be able to get a reliable harness for your project car, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys have any questions, make sure you call them, and I'm going to get down to Corey's and finish cutting up this Miata. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so I cut up a bunch. Holding the Sawzall for that long starts to hurt your fingers after a while. So I'm going to stop there. I cut out the VIN plates, so we'll see what they take. And if they don't want to take the back, then I'll cut it more. But I did a lot today, so hopefully they take a bunch tomorrow, and then worst case, we have to come back with the back end, cut it into some more pieces, and then try again. So I'm going to go pick up a $70 bolt-in roll cage for a Miata though. Corey, what's the under-over? Do you think they're going to take the whole car?
50-50.
50-50. Also some good odds.
50,
Place your bets now.
50% chance they tell us to kick rocks. 50% chance they say, nah, it's fine, take it. It depends what the scrap gods want.
Corey's really good at talking to people. And we also know the people at the yard. But we didn't do this, right? But somebody else decided to bring a stolen car there with a gun in it.
I don't know if the car was stolen, it just didn't have a title. But it did have a gun that was stolen.
Yeah, so kind of ruined it for everybody. We'll see what happens. Yo, they took it. Anyways, between the Miata and the lawnmowers, we got 82 schmeckles. Eating good tonight. What do you think, Corey?
We got money.
Corey got old money.
I got old money.
Where is it?
This looks real.
He won't show you guys the real money. Show him the money.
1950s. And then this one is also 1950s. But I don't think this is
Monopoly money. All right, let's go back to the shop.
dog.
All right, the Miata's gone. I have to go change an alternator on my D21, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. All right, we're here at SEMA with the key chuck that Josh and I painted.